Good evening. This is Common Sense, and I'm William Ferguson. Let's talk about the caravan that's coming up from Honduras and what it really means. What's going on here? The guess is that somebody either in the Democrat Party or a Democrat sympathizer or a Democrat promoter or somebody that's just liberal and out of their mind is paying these people to come up here. And I've done some research and I found videos that have shown men handing out money to Honduran people. Of course, the thing is that you really got to question is, why are there cameras all over this thing? There's cameras everywhere. Memorializing it. Showing the people what's going on. These people are coming. Why? It's hard for anybody to leave and move somewhere. Even if you know where you're moving to. Saying goodbye to friends, saying goodbye to your country, your state. A lot of things you're saying goodbye to. So, are they really saying goodbye? Or were they given money just to show up at the border? Cause problems at the border? Why? And you've also got to look at the timing of this. It just so happens the midterm election happens on November 6th. 2 weeks from tomorrow, I believe it is. How come now? Why didn't they trickle up here and there? Why all at once? Why are they picking up so many people on the way? At first I heard it was 3,000. Now I'm hearing it's around 14,000. That's a lot of people. And what happens when they get to the border? President Trump is correct in stating and instating the military will be at the border. And what will the military do? I doubt that they'll shoot them unless things get way out of hand. But there are such things as non-lethal bullets. It's actually a rubber bullet that's shot out of a 12 gauge or a 20 gauge shotgun. And it basically bruises the living heck out of you. And it'll slow you down, but it won't kill you. So, but when I look at this, and I think that the Democrats have absolutely nothing to run on. They have nothing. And I'm in the state of Texas, and Ted Cruz is running against a guy named Beto, B-E-T-O. And I'm seeing these signs all over the place for both Ted Cruz and Beto. I can't remember what his last name is. But anyway, this is Texas. We are the border state on the border of Mexico. There are more miles of border here than there are anywhere else with Mexico. So this state is an important state to win for the Republicans because we want the wall. We don't want this caravan just walking in and causing problems, violent problems, which is what the Democrats have been promoting. Violence, mobs. Let's tear up stuff, burn stuff, beat up people, shout at people. It's ridiculous, really. And when I think about it, is that really what you want? In your government, mob rule, the government says, they're not behaving like we want them to behave. So we want a mob to go out and beat them up. Then they will behave as we want them to. No, that's not the way this country was made. That's not what the Constitution is for. The Constitution is to keep this country moving with certain laws to protect the people, the country as a whole, and the person as an individual. And the Democrats right now are saying, throw it out. Just throw it out. We'll use violence to control the people, not the rule of law. And they're proving it. They are. Because bringing these people up from Honduras is basically a really bad idea. Because if the Democrats have promised them anything, crossing into the border into America from Mexico, and they don't get it, then what? Then they might really get angry and start tearing up everything. Now, what needs to happen is the Mexican government needs to take responsibility for their part in this. And they need to turn everybody around and tell them, go back home. We don't want this. Because it will have this mob, they call it a caravan, I call it a mob, on Mexican territory, which could start maybe not a war, but a conflict there on the border. We don't want that. America wants to live at peace with other countries. Donald Trump is proving that. He's trying to make peace with other countries. The Saudi Arabian thing that's going on about the reporter that was allegedly butchered in Saudi Arabia by the Crown Prince's command is being looked into. And President Trump doesn't like this idea. He doesn't want war. He wants peace. And he's trying to make peace with everyone. The Democrats, on the other hand, are trying to make war with everyone, including, and this is sad, including us, the citizens of the country that they are supposed to be making laws for, not telling us what to do. That's not what the government is for. The government is to make laws to protect us from ourselves and us from the government. We are not to be run by the government. This is not a socialist society. This is not a monarchy. There is no king. This is for the people, by the people. And so, it's getting time to vote. If you vote other than Republican, even if you don't vote, you are asking that there be mob rule in this country. Seriously, you are. To vote for Republicans, and I watched the rally that President Trump had in, I believe it was Houston, Texas today. He gave a great speech. And part of that speech is what he is doing, not what he has done, not what he said he will do, but what he is doing, what is happening, and what he needs in order to get even more done. We need a greater majority in the Senate and in the House in order to get some bills passed, in order to make the country greater. And one thing he wants to do, which is an excellent idea, is to take another 10% off of middle-class families' taxes. Cut it right off the top. so that you're paying 10% less in taxes. And I know the mainstream media, the liberals, Democrats, whoever, they're going to scream, oh, the country's going to go into debt big time. If you believe that, you don't know basic economic measures. Okay, if you have two people working at a company and you tax them each 10%, okay, they lose $10 on every $100. If you have 100 people working at the same company, you don't tax them that much to get the $200. It works that way. Two people, you get $20 out of the 200. 100 people, you get $200 out of 1,000. So, and if you don't need the 1,000, you only need the 200. It works out that way. The more people that are working, the more tax money there is available. And it works two ways. Because not only is the income taxed, but the money in their pockets that they have to spend can be taxed. Food, goods, services, gas, such get taxed. And so the more money a person has to spend, the more tax money is collected off of that money spent. It works that way. Democrats don't understand it, but it works that way. And the Democrats, they don't care. They just want to take everything. They don't care if you need insurance or not. They want to take your money. They don't care about the insurance. They just want to take your money. And they want to let this whole caravan of like 14,000 people in the United States, just open the border, let them on in. Come on in. We'll pay for everything. Healthcare, housing, education, food, everything. We'll pay for it. So says the Democrat. Is that what the public says? Does the public say we want higher taxes so that these illegal immigrants can come into our country and vote for the Democrats that are taking our money in the first place? Does that make sense? Take the money, bring in more people, and who knows how many of these people are violent, crooked, how many of them are dragging drugs through, how many of them have been contacted by the cartels coming up through Mexico. Here, take this through. If you don't, we'll kill you on the way through. Take this through. What you got to think about the big picture here. The Democrats have run out of everything. And so as a last straw, my guess is they had somebody down in Honduras paying people to go on up there, go on up to America. They'll take you in, tell them you're a refugee, you're being beaten, threatened, you're scared, you just want to go into the United States and seek asylum. There you go. There it is. No. Because there... And how many coyotes are out there saying, here, take this kid and you can get in? That's how we've done it before. It's all a scam. The timing of this, it's a scam. It's the Democrats trying to say, oh, we've got to be humane about this. We paid these people to come in and interrupt our election cycle. So you got to let them in. You have a heart. No, Democrats. Get a brain. Think about it. You're shooting yourselves in the foot with this one. Big time. In fact, you've half shot your foot off already. But having all these people come to the border and start crying, oh, the Republicans have no heart. Yes, we do. And we also have a brain enough to know that we, Americans, have to protect our country. I protect my home. Do you? Do the Democrats just leave their houses wide open? Oh, whoever you are, just come on in. They're root around the refrigerator, take the silver, the gold, money. If you can find any money, you can have that too. Tear up the house, punch holes in the walls. We don't care. Just leave when you leave. I mean, just leave. Or stay if you want. Is that what, and see, that's what the liberals are saying. That's all they got. Come on in and tear up the country. And we'll make sure we take every dime we can from the citizens that are supposed to be here. What if the citizens that are supposed to be here turn around and say, no, Democrat, you invited them here. You pay for it. We're not paying a dime. And the government has said before, oh, we're going to shut down the government. You want to see the government shut down? How about the people of the United States say, we ain't paying taxes no more. Too bad, so sad. Nobody gets a paycheck. Nobody. And if you don't think it would work, it would. I guarantee you it would work. Because this country is a country of charity. The people like me with disabilities, I could go to a church and say, look, I'm not going to waste money, but I do need enough money to live on. These are my expenditures. Can you help me? And they'd be happy to help me. But a Democrat? No. No. That would be like giving $1 to a wino. Because all he'd go and get more booze. It's voting season again. Vote Republican, please. We either build this country or we tear it down like a tornado through a trailer park. Let's build it. That's all I've got. Please pray for the president and all who follow him, that they will follow the Word of God to guide this country to safety, security, peace, prosperity, and unity. Pray for those who have been devastated by natural disasters. And pray for the military, first responders and such, that God will keep them safe. I'm William Ferguson. Please join me Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time for Common Sense.